Shalom. Okay, all praise to Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Basham Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, salute to you, brothers, teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. Now, we're back on the topic on the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip implant, NFC implant, radio frequency identification, which will be an identifier to identify who you are, to show you that in loads of films and stuff like that. Lines up with your digital ID and things of that nature. What I want to do, this video on the screen here, is 7 years old. 6 years old, it says, for this one. And I did a search on information that we're aware of, to do with, over there in Sweden, they're actually, well, here it says 3,000 Swedish commuters. So the number's obviously up from that because this was 6 years ago. But what they're doing to board these trains is getting their, well, let's see if they're getting their hands scanned. Let's do this to commute on these trains. There was, and you know what I noticed when I did some searching, because I've done videos on this, and I noticed that when you put it in, it's mainly GMS popping up. I ain't seen nobody else talking on it. Like, especially amongst you other Israelite groups, you guys didn't pop up. It's in different GMS accounts of different brothers going into this topic here, this information. All right. So let's play this and let's just see what's going on here. I remember this was 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Let's play.
Pay your fare using only your hand. Are you one of those people that's always losing stuff like keys and tickets? Well, Sweden has found the solution. Around 3,000 Swedish commuters have had biometric microchips implanted in their hands in order to pay for train tickets. Commuters who elect to have the RFID chip implanted under the skin are able to have their tickets loaded onto the device. The implants use near-field communication technology, similar to contactless credit cards or mobile payments. When activated by a reader device a few centimeters away, information can be transferred between them using magnetic field induction.
I mean, come on, man. Now, this individual, Tommy News, he's put it together with pictures and stuff like that. But check this, you can't get around this, bro. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna read the mark of the beast. Let's read it. Let's go here. That's so Revelation 13 and 16, right? Because of all. Okay, so the system. Okay, the beast system. When you're 15, it shows you it's talking about the beast system. You know, you even got people in the world that they're not even they're not even Israelites or nothing, or and they call it the beast system. Where did they get that from? They got it from the scriptures. They might not even believe in the scriptures or follow the scriptures like that, and people call it the beast system. You got that from the scriptures. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Let's look up the word. Let's see what it says for mark. We always do this stuff here. Karagma. You know, let's make it say that.
Strong's G 5480. Kharagma. Kharagma.
Right, he's saying it right. You know, you gotta say it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It says a stamp and imprinted mark. A mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Well, if you are following the beast system, then you're an Antichrist. To be an Antichrist means that you're against Christ. The word is Mashiach, your Messiah, the anointed one, which his name is Yahweh Shai. Because you got people that just go, who's the king Christ? And then basically now you ask them, well, what's his name? And they don't want to tell you. Because that's a shalent, that's a dodgy geezer right there. Right? So a lot of you are dodgy geezers. It says the mark branded upon horses. So John the Revelator got the prophecy of the mark of the beast, yeah. And it was for the future in this in the beast system, yeah. So you know, people need the right interpretation through the Spirit of the Lord to understand what it was going to be. Because people could have said it was all sorts at different times. But that's not the truth. That's not the true the true prophecy. Is that it's this implant that we're just showing you. So I'll go back to that video. It says the mark branded upon horses. But then when you get a horse, right, you get you brand things, right? You brand, you know, so you know, okay, this is that and that. But check this, it's thing carved, sculptured, graven work. But when you do that, you got a little edging knife, you etching things out, right? So that chip is gonna be, it's gonna be etched into your skin. It's gonna, you're gonna get a needle, and they're gonna go in, just like when people getting tattoos, right? They mark up that skin, right? It says Karagma from the same as G5482. A scratch or etching, right? You get a scratch. Even with a tattoo, someone might start bleeding. Stamp as a badge of servitude. Yeah, you've conformed to the system, man. You're gonna be tracked completely by the government and all of that, because we know that that's what they want everybody to be completely in the system and tracked and all that. You can't go nowhere without them knowing, and you can't do anything. You can't have any money, FRNs, without them knowing. All of that. Let's go back here. So that's the ultimate. What you see in here, what's going on in the streets, the mark of the beast, what you see in here is the ultimate step, is what they want.
The train conductor then scans the microchip with a smartphone to complete and verify the ticket transaction. An estimated 20,000 people in Sweden already have implants and are using them to swipe in and out of the office and to pay for food.
There's footage on this. I didn't know if this one was going to have the footage. We'll see. But what it says, let's we'll see if we can find one with the footage on it. You know, people on the train pretty much getting scanned. You had a picture of it.
You want to put that where? Science fiction is becoming fact, and we're not sure we like it. A tech firm in Wisconsin is about to become the first company in the US to give microchip implants to its employees.
Nah, I just did a video where the guy was saying, "Oh, it's not." Listen, this is in the works. There's already people chipped, so you're damn sure that this is from the top. People are aware of this. And is there going to be the majority of the meat puppets, the flesh and suits, the flesh suits, you know, meat zombies, they're gonna take it. But the majority of you absolute but then you're gonna get people that ain't gonna take it. People that are gonna be like, nah, I ain't out for that. I ain't going that way. Let's go.
3 Square Market, which designs software for vending machines, says more than 50 of its workers have volunteered to have the devices fitted. The microchips are about the size of a grain of rice and will be inserted into the skin between the thumb and forefinger. The microchips will allow workers to access the building and log on to their computers. Employees can also use the chips to buy food-like products from office vending machines. The purveyors of this dystopian technology claim there is no GPS function and it won't be used to keep tabs on employees. But we can't help but feel like we're sleepwalking into a future where even the blandest details of our lives are recorded, possibly to be used against us at a later date. The company says none of its employees are required to get a chip implant. But it's not impossible to imagine a world where this kind of thing is the norm. And if you want a job, you'll have no choice but to become part cyborg. Just because...
Then you don't need these cartoons now. We're in 2025, man. There's footage. There's a lot of footage, man, of people going in shops using a chip or something, you know, going on a train, you know, and using the market of beast to get to do stuff. You know, anywhere you go, you got the barriers and you pay with tap your card. You could tap your bank card. Some places you tap a card, traveling card. And just like, and how to change that on the trains through a chip. Companies, workplaces. So then they were saying, well, we might need legislation to people. Well, people, you know, if they just say, well, you can't work. Well, they don't even need you to work, do they? Because they got AI robots.
Something tech-related is possible doesn't mean we have to do it. Paralyzed monkeys walk again with brain implants.
So this is only, what, man, 3 minutes in, or something like that. 2 minutes in. And you got all this brain implant. And this was, and like I said, this is 6 years ago. Now, didn't they just do this with, they're doing this with people right now. And through Elon Musk, and it's broadcasted all over the place. So you think they just popped up with this, or this is just something we just... No. They've been planning this. They've been testing it on people. They've been doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? The past couple of days, they've put a video where they brought out the information that I don't know if it was the 70s, showing they were talking about chips. So what's up with that, man? So this ain't new. This is a plan. Check out Aaron Russo. What did he say? He said, look, man, Rockefellers said they want to chip everybody. We bring that out all the time. So for you morons out there to come out and say, oh, well, you know, the market will be saying the chip, man. Well, what is it then? What the hell? And that's why they got to do in 360s, 180s, all up concerning what it is. Because it's major prophecy, man. And a lot of people jump on the bandwagon. Oh yeah, by the way, no, you was scoffing, because it's gonna come to a point where it ain't even gonna be anything that you gotta guess. And that's why I'm doing this video here on Sweden, which I'm gonna do some more on it. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch this video, so I said let me play it, and hopefully it's got some footage in it. But I don't think it does.
Paraplegics may soon regain use of their legs now that scientists have created an implant that proves effective in primates. In a spinal cord injury, brain signals are unable to reach the neurons that activate movement, often resulting in paraplegia. But Swiss researchers have found a way to bypass this, successfully restoring movements in paralyzed monkeys. The team developed an interface that uses 2 wireless implants, a sensor in the brain, and a nerve stimulator near the spinal injury. The sensor picks up brain signals commanding leg movement and transmits them to a computer. The computer decodes the signals and sends them to the second implant in the spine. From there, pulses of electricity are released to stimulate certain nerves. This in turn triggers muscles in the leg, enabling it to move and flex. The researchers...
Right, so that's why people are getting these chips and they're going, well, you know what? Look what we've got with science and all this. All right, cool. So the AI, all that stuff has been opened up, and it's going to be used for a tool of control. That's what these things are for. Because you can track it. You'll be tracked. You mean you'll be tracked on the grid. You'll be a Borg trapped on the grid. So, you know, that's them deceiving you. You know, you've been deceived. The judgment on that is destruction, especially where concerning the mark is concerned. You know. All right, he ain't got no clips.
And to apply the technology to improve human lives, but say it may take several more years to achieve. Toxic tush doc gets 10 years for illegal butt injections.
I mean, I was gonna stop it there as well. I didn't actually remember this. And now, you know what? Now everyone's having those BBLs. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think it was through her. I remember she got big. I remember when that happened. But now you see everyone's I mean, come on, these BBLs. But what I'm gonna do, and by the way, when I put this in, it was GMS popping up. So I mean, you get the point, right? I'm gonna do another one on this with the footage, but you see that. See, so you see where things are at. But like I said, I'm gonna do a next one with some footage. But you hear the word anyway, you know. This will be a global RFID chip, and I'm pushing it in views in many means. They will use it even for the border controls and all that. Like they're saying, everyone's pouring into countries where they will use that to determine who your ass is. They did something like that in I Am Legend. They keep showing that people getting scanned. Just to get the, you know, they showed you that in what's it called? Damn. I can't remember the show, but it had Joel in it. You'll come to me, man. So to show you people getting scanned. Now, if you don't go clear, I think it's Songbird or one of them had it, or the Outbreak 2024, whatever it was called, 22. Maybe that anyway. I'm gonna say Shalom.